23F, last year at university. Sociology major, attend one of those absurdly expensive private colleges campus. So progressive even the pigeons look politically aware. I'm thriving here, president of the Social Equity Alliance, around 50,000 followers on Twitter. Minor internet celebrity in my own head, online. I'm unstoppable live in what we call the Sanctuary 4-bedroom campus suite, technically school housing. But we redecorated hard looks like a Tumblr page for witch professors, dried herbs hanging everywhere, crystals on every flat surface, posters about compassion and dismantling systems. My roommates are basically my followers in real life. Sarah, 22F, art major changes hair color every 2 weeks. Volume always set to Max calls herself an agent of chaos, unironically. Lena, 23F, psych majors, quiet, nods at everything I say, absorbs everyone's feelings like a sponge-forth roommate, Brooke, spiraled last semester and moved back to Michigan. We kept her room empty, turned it into a vibe room, for decompressing life is flawless. We have a strict rule, no guys inside after 8 p.m. No boyfriends, no brothers, no exceptions. This apartment is a safe zone, a fortress powered entirely by estrogen. We feel invincible late August, 2 weeks before classes start. We're moving back in, lighting candles, setting the energy phone, buzzes, school email, app notification, subject line, important, housing change. I sigh, probably Wi-Fi maintenance or something. Dumb, open it read. The first line, stomach drops. Dear resident, due to unexpected freshman overflow and emergency repairs in North Hall, housing will be reassigned. Keep reading faster. Your vacant 4th bedroom has been reassigned. Okay, annoying, but whatever freshman girl we can train, no big deal. Keep going. Please welcome your new roommate, Ethan Carter. Ethan. I drop my phone on the carpet. Sarah looks up from her tarot spread. What? Did someone cancel you? Worse, I say they're putting a dude in the sanctuary. Sarah screams like she saw a ghost. Lena immediately starts breathing too fast. I grab the phone and read the email out loud. Ethan Carter, transfer student, mechanical engineering. Sarah stands up so fast she knocks over her drink. This is violence. This is administrative violence. We cannot be forced to live with a cis man. Do they know who we are? I'm already opening my laptop, cracking my knuckles like I'm about to go to war. Email to housing, dean. Email to student life. Email to Title IX. Office write the longest message of my life. Subject line, unsafe housing situation and gender-based distress drop. Every buzzword. I know, emotional labor, power, imbalance, trauma, triggers violation of safe environment, talk about patriarchal presence invading our space. Hit send like I'm launching a missile. We wait refresh inbox every 5 minutes. Next day, reply shows up. Dear student, we understand your concerns. However, due to the housing shortage, all gender restrictions are temporarily suspended, Mr. Carter has a valid contract. No refunds available this late. Thank you for understanding. We stare at the screen. We're doomed. We have to live with a man. Sarah pacing like a zoo animal. He's gonna be a frat guy. I know it. He'll bring a neon beer sign. He'll play Xbox at 3 a.m. He'll punch holes in the wall. He's gonna stare at us. Lena clutching her oversized hoodie. I can't even walk to the bathroom in a towel anymore. I stand up leader mode, activated. Listen, I say, we can't stop him from moving in, but we can make him regret it. Operation Hostile Environment begins. We will not be friendly. We will not be helpful. We will make this place so uncomfortable. He transfers himself. Move in, day. We sit in the living room, waiting arms crossed, formation like a tribunal, not smiling, just staring at the door. Sad indie music playing on the speaker. Energy aggressively, miserable lock. Clicks door handle turns. We hold our breath, enemy arrives. Door opens. Guy walks in average height, maybe 5 feet 11, gray hoodie, plain jeans, beat-up sneakers, carrying a duffel bag and a monitor, brown hair, glasses, looks exhausted. He steps inside, sees 3 of us staring at him like he summoned demons, blinks. Hey, he says, voice low, calm, barely above a mumble. I'm Ethan. I don't smile. I just stare at him like he interrupted a ritual. Don't tell him my name. Establish dominance immediately. Sarah snorts loud and flips a page in her zine like she's mad at the paper. Lena's staring at the floor like eye contact might kill her. He looks around the apartment, takes in the crystals, the plants hanging from the ceiling, the dried flowers taped to the wall. Cool, he says. Which room is mine? I point down the hall, last door on the right. We have rules, I already printed them. Hand him the packet, 11 pages. Single-spaced quiet hours, 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. Kitchen time limited to half-hour slots. Toilet seat down, lid closed at all times, no guests without 48-hour written notice and full agreement, no strong smells, mandatory monthly emotional check-ins. He takes the packet, doesn't even read it, folds it once and puts it in his pocket. Okay, thanks. Walks to his room, door closes. Silence. Sarah looks offended. He didn't even argue. He's planning something, she whispers. It's psychological, I say. He's trying to make us relax before the toxic masculinity shows up. Stay alert. Week 1. War begins. We pretend he doesn't exist. If he walks into the kitchen, we stop talking mid-sentence and stare until he leaves. We leave bras hanging in the bathroom, on purpose talk. Loudly about how much we hate men. Whenever he's nearby, he never reacts. He's like a ghost. Leaves every morning at 7:30 with a backpack, comes back around 9 at night, goes straight to his room. No music, no gaming, no loud calls. Sometimes late at night, I hear typing mechanical keyboard, but muffled, even his typing is polite. It makes me irrationally angry. Why isn't he messy? Why isn't he loud? I go into the bathroom after him, ready to document a crime. Sink, dry wiped clean toilet seat. Down, lid, closed floor, spotless. Not even a hair. I go back to the living room, furious he's too clean. I tell Sarah that's serial killer behavior, like American Psycho energy. Totally, she says. Eating cereal out of a saucepan because she hasn't washed dishes in 3 days. He's hiding something. Week 3, decide, passive aggression isn't enough time to attack resources. I call a meeting, Sunday night. We knock on his door. He opens it. Sweatpants, old t-shirt that says, "Get commit," push dark circles under his eyes. Yeah, house meeting. Now he rubs his face. Okay, comes out and sits on the edge of the chair. We take the whole couch like a council. I'm holding a clipboard for effect. Ethan, we need to discuss your energy usage. He blinks. I'm barely hear your computer. Sarah jumps in. We hear the fans. It's using too much power. You need to pay 60% of the electric bill, completely fake. Utilities are included. We just want him irritated. He looks at all of us. He knows he has to know. Okay. He says, send me the Venmo request. I wasn't ready for that. And the kitchen, Lena says quietly. I told her to say this earlier. You cook meat. The smell is triggering for us. We're vegetarian. He nods. I can just eat cold stuff here and have real meals on campus that work. Lena looks confused. Yeah, anything else? He asks. We all look at each other. We got nothing. He agreed to. Everything great. He says, stands up. I have a thermodynamics exam tomorrow. Good night, goes back to his room. Sarah throws a pillow at the wall. He's being condescending. Did you hear that tone? He thinks he's better than us? I nod while typing on my phone. Tweet. Men will act like saints just to gaslight you into thinking their presence isn't violence, weaponized. Compliance is real. Hashtag roommate horror. 200 likes in 10 minutes. Feels amazing. Month, 2, midterms, week. Everyone's stressed. The sanctuary looks like a disaster zone. Sarah building some huge sculpture out of recycled trash in the living room. Smells like glue and old banana peels. Dishes stacked so high, the sink is unusable. Trash bags leaking onto the floor, papers everywhere. I'm buried in notes, writing my thesis about gender symbolism in cafe culture, running on 4 iced Americanos a day, hands shaking constantly. Lena, failing statistics, crying on the kitchen floor every night. Apartment feels like it's collapsing, only stable thing. Here as Ethan moves through the mess, like it's not there, never complains, never touches our stuff. One Tuesday, I get back from class, ready to lose it. Professor shredded my draft, said my argument loops in circles and has 0 real data. Wanted to scream in the lecture hall, walk into the kitchen, Ethan at the stove, scrubbing it. Not his mess. Sarah tried to make caramel earlier and burned it into a black crust. I stop in the doorway. What are you doing? He doesn't even look at me, cleaning the stove. You don't have to do that. We have a chore chart. The chart hasn't changed in 6 weeks, he says calmly. And I don't want the place to catch fire. Instant defensive anger? Are you saying we're lazy? He stops scrubbing, looks at me, eyes tired, not mad. Just tired. I'm saying the stove was covered in burnt sugar, and it's dangerous, I'm cleaning it. That's all goes back to scrubbing. I just stand there, want to yell at him, want to tell him to stop doing housework, like he's proving something. But the stove actually looks clean. First time in, forever, I storm to my room. Anyway, tell Sarah he was aggressively cleaning at me. She nods immediately. Microaggression, obviously 2 days later. The math meltdown Lena at the kitchen table, surrounded by books, crying, hard hair everywhere, breathing, like she can't get air. I don't get it, she keeps saying. I'm gonna fail. My dad's gonna cut me off. I can't do this. I'm on the couch scrolling. TikTok. Tell the professor the class is ableist. Math is a social construct anyway that doesn't help me pass the final. She sobs. Ethan walks in, holding a mug. Stops when he sees her. Normally ignores us completely, but she sounds actually broken. He hesitates. Sets the mug down. Is that stats? 210. Sarah from the pile of trash art. Don't mansplain to her. She needs support, not equations. He ignores her completely. Looks at Lena. Heard you talking about Cheese Square. Earlier through the door. Lena wipes her face on her sleeve. It makes no sense, the numbers don't work. Ethan pulls a chair out, sits at the far end of the table. You're probably using the wrong degrees of freedom. Show me. Lena looks at me like asking permission. I glare at her. Don't do it. Don't side with him. She slides the book anyway. He looks at the page for like 5 seconds. Yeah, right here, you're treating the sample like it's the whole population. You subtract 1 minus 1, grabs scrap paper, writes the formula in neat block. Letters, explains it. Simple. No attitude, no. Actually just facts. Lena tries again, stops. Eyes go wide. Oh my God, it worked. Ethan stands up, immediately, cool, good luck, takes his tea, goes back to his room, door shuts. Lena staring at it. He just saved my grade. I stand up fast. He's trying to buy loyalty manipulation and tactic. He helps you now, so you can't vote him out. Later, Sarah nodding. Like I said, something genius classic. Narcissist, move, create a debt. Lena looks at the paper with the formula. I guess she keeps the paper. I feel something crack in the group. Don't like that. Month 3, enter Tyler. Sarah meets a guy in sculpture class. Tyler exactly the type. We always say. We want thrift store, sweaters, painted nails. Talks non-stop about unpacking his masculinity. Total soft boy. Sarah brings him over, breaks the no men rule, but we allow it because he's an ally. Tyler basically moves in and he's annoying as hell. Smokes clove cigarettes on the balcony. Housing emails us about the smell, eats our food without asking. Property is theft. He jokes with my expensive vegan yogurt in his mouth. One night around 10:30. Ethan gets back late. Looks exhausted. Probably library all day, goes to the fridge, he always has. The same meal prep container, reaches for it, stops, it's gone. Looks at the counter, Tyler sitting on the counter, eating noodles out of Ethan's container. Silence gets heavy. Ethan closes the fridge. Slow turns to him. Is that my dinner? Tyler smirks. Oh, hey man, didn't see a name on it. Shared space, right? We're all community here, Sarah laughs. Don't be possessive. Ethan, food is for everyone. I watch closely, waiting for him to snap, waiting for him to yell, waiting for him to prove he's just another guy. Ethan looks at Tyler, looks at the empty container, just stands there. He takes a slow breath, closes his eyes for a second, opens them again. I picked up extra shifts to pay for that food, he says. Voice flat, not loud. Not angry, please don't eat my stuff again. Turns around, fills a glass with water, drinks it, goes to his room. Without dinner, door clicks shut. Tyler laughs. Wow, what a passive-aggressive beta. Total energy vampire vibes. Sarah kisses him on the cheek. So toxic, can't believe we have to live with that kind of negativity. I'm sitting there watching, and for the first time, I don't feel right. I feel sick. Look at Tyler's smug face. Look at the empty container. Think about Ethan saying he worked extra shifts. Remember the git commit, push shirt. Remember the late night typing. Remember him cleaning the stove. Weird, heavy feeling in my stomach. Guilt. No. Push that down. Ethan is the problem. Tyler is the ally. Stick to the script. Finals week. Everything falling apart. Sarah decides she wants Ethan's room. Next semester says she needs it as an art studio. We have to get him out. Doesn't matter how she comes up with a plan, false report. We go to the RA, say he makes us uncomfortable, say he stares, say he walks around half-dressed. Lena looks horrified. He doesn't do that. He wears sweatpants all the time. He barely looks at anyone. Sarah shrugs. It's about how I feel. I feel watched, that's valid. I hesitate. I know what accusations like that can do. I know it sticks to your record. But Sarah is my best friend, and the narrative has to hold. Okay, I say quietly. But we don't invent specific stuff. Just say hostile environment. Fine, she says. But I'm exaggerating a little for the cause. We file the complaint. Write about intimidation. Write about aggressive energy. Even mention the computer fan noise 3 days later. Knock on the door, R.A. standing there, and the housing director both serious. Sarah hiding a smile behind her hand. Ethan opens the door, toothbrush in his mouth. Yeah, Mr. Carter, the director says, we've received multiple complaints about your behavior, claims of intimidation, hostile environment, aggressive conduct. Ethan freezes, slowly looks past them, looks at us on the couch, pretending to study. Doesn't look mad, just tired. I see, he says. We need to talk about this, the director says. These are serious accusations. Ethan nods. Okay, before that, can I show you something? Director frowns. Would I have a camera on my monitor, Ethan says. Records my room and the hallway view motion activated. I set it up because he glances at us. I was worried about my equipment. Sarah stops smiling, face goes white, my stomach drops. Show us, the director says. Ethan walks to his room, door open, pulls up videos on his computer. We hear them playing clip 1, him scrubbing the stove while I stand there glaring. Clip 2, Tyler eating his food and joking, while Ethan walks away. Clip 3, Sarah yelling on the phone outside his door, while he studies with headphones. Clip 4, Lena crying, Ethan helping with math, then leaving right away. Director watches, everything silent, turns to the R. A turns to us, walks back into the living room, face dark, not at Ethan, at us. This footage contradicts every claim in your report, he says to Sarah. In fact, it shows you creating the hostile environment. Sarah stammers, that's invasion of privacy. He can't record us. He recorded his own room in the hallway. The director snaps. And it's a good thing he did. False reports are a conduct violation. All 3 of you will have a hearing, silence, heavy silence. Ethan's standing there with his hands in his pockets. Director looks at him. Mr. Carter, we can move you tonight. You don't need to stay here. Ethan looks at us. I can't look back, staring at my boots, waiting for him to go off on us. Waiting for him to say, we're crazy, he sighs. No. Hearing, he says quietly. I don't want to mess up their records. They're just dramatic, it's fine. Director blinks. They tried to get you expelled. You sure? Yeah. I already found a place off campus next term. I'll pack early, crash on a friend's couch for finals week. He looks straight at me, right at me. He takes a slow breath, closes his eyes like he's counting to 3. Opens them again. I just wanted to finish my degree, he says. No anger, no yelling, just tired. You guys are exhausting. Hope it was worth it. Walks into his room, starts throwing clothes into his duffel. Housing director. Looks at us like we're something stuck to his shoe. This is a formal warning. One more complaint from this suite, and you're all getting reassigned. They leave 5 minutes later. Ethan comes out, bag over his shoulder, monitor under his arm, sets his key on the counter. Doesn't say goodbye, just walks out. Door shuts, apartment, quiet. We got what we wanted, room is ours. Sarah laughs. Bye, loser. Did you see his face? But the laugh sounds wrong, too loud. Lena's sitting there crying without making noise. He didn't report us. She whispers. He could have ruined us. He had proof. Sarah crosses her arms. He's weak, didn't have the nerve. I stare at the key on the counter, stare at the clean stove. Realization hits like a drop in my stomach. He wasn't weak, he just didn't care enough about us to fight. We made him the villain of our story, and to him, we were just background noise, winter break back, at my parents' house in the suburbs. Tried to post about it online, survived a semester with a toxic male roommate. Gaslighting was unreal. Gets like 1,500 likes. Read the replies, feel nothing, feel fake. Delete the post, spend most. Of break laying in bed, staring at the ceiling, keep thinking about the empty food container. Keep thinking about how close we came to wrecking someone's life for no real reason. Look in the mirror, don't see a warrior, see a mean girl with a dictionary of social justice. Words, spring semester. Ethan gone, room empty. Sarah takes it over as an art studio, paint everywhere. Turpentine smell all the time. Without him, there, everything falls apart, trash piles up. Nobody takes it out anymore. Fruit flies first, then roaches. Sarah refuses to clean. I'm an artist. My time is more valuable than scrubbing floors. That's capitalist thinking. I try to bring back the chore chart. She calls me patriarchal, uses my own language on me, gaslights me about whose turn it is. Tyler basically lives there. Now worst roommate ever borrows money, never pays it back. Explains sociology to me, like I'm in high school, clogs the toilet, leaves it. I miss Ethan, actually miss him, miss the quiet, miss the boundaries, miss the way nothing felt chaotic. When he was around Lena, fails midterms, moves out to live with some accounting major she met on Tinder on the way out. She says, I can't live here anymore. You guys are toxic. Word hits harder than I expect. Sarah and I stop talking. I spend the rest of the semester in my room with noise canceling, headphones, wish I picked engineering, wish I picked anything else. April afternoon, walking across campus. See Ethan on a bench eating a sandwich, reading a huge textbook, looks rested. Laughing at his phone, girl walks up, kisses him on the cheek. She looks normal, happy. They smile at each other. I stop walking. Want to go over? Want to say? Sorry, want to say. You were the best roommate we had. Take one step. He looks up, sees me, our eyes meet. I freeze, waiting for anger, waiting for anything. He just looks away, goes back to talking to the girl. Like I'm nobody, like I never existed. Hurts more than if he yelled. Realized something. Right there, I'm not the main character. I was just an NPC in his bad semester. I walk away, feel small, go back to the dirty apartment. Sarah yelling at Tyler about his aura. I close my door, graduation day. Walk across the stage, sociology degree. In my hand, feels heavy, feels useless. See, Ethan's name in the program, engineering, honors. Already has a job lined up at some aerospace company. Looked him up once he's building rockets or something. I'm moving back home applying for unpaid nonprofit internships. Sarah doesn't graduate, fails 2 classes too inspired to meet deadlines. Tyler cheats on her with a freshman present day, 24 years old, working at an indie coffee shop. Yeah, ironic. Living in my childhood bedroom, still paying loans for a degree that taught me how to complain professionally. Sometimes college girls come in, tote bags, buttons, loud opinions about men. Hear one say, our new roommate is a guy. It's literally violence, we're gonna make him leave. I wanna say something. Wanna warn them, don't just steam. Milk, pour the latte, oat milk, latte for Ashley. She grabs it without looking at me, keeps ranting. They leave, I check my phone, Instagram suggestion. Ethan pops up, engaged to the girl from the bench. They bought a house. He looks happy, calm like an adult. I look at my own feed, infographics, angry reposts, filtered selfies. I block him, not because I hate him, because seeing him reminds me of everything I'm not. I wipe down the counter until it's perfectly clean, exactly how he used to do.